Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War with Imperial Destroyer mod, and welcome back to the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Last time around we had the Glorious Revolution, and so now the King is in power, and I can't be happier. Now, the King isn't that great in terms of... he's slow. I'm using CAD, Landscaper. He doesn't have any great traits. However, his cabinet certainly does. I mean, there's so many stars. There are more stars here than in the sky, it seems. Approval rating 81. I'm making tons of money now. Not right now, but that's because I'm recruiting troops. Because now we have plenty of projects to start up, as it were. So it just took me 37 years to get me to a point where we can sort of start to actually do some stuff. Now, of course, we have been doing things, but not to the state that I wanted to. Of course, we're talking about colonizing America and so on. I don't know when. I mean, at some point we got Iceland, stuff like that. Not really what we were gunning for initially. But what I have in plan is, first of all, we actually need more money. As you can see, I'm making 600 per turn. And that is a lot due to I'm recruiting a lot of army troops. I've also upgraded the navy, so now all the ships of the main navy is 54-gun ships of the line, ready to blast enemy navies. Is just absolutely destroy them. Then also we have, the thing is, because it takes so long time to do stuff, I oftentimes decide not to show just slight improvements, and I think the latest jump here has been taking quite a while, but you know, movement range, stuff like that, it takes time to actually get stuff going. I've been able to trade with, I can't remember, I think it was Sweden actually. I traded light infantry doctrines, so I got Jaegers, because Jaegers are super cheap in upkeep. They only have 110 in upkeep, but high accuracy, pretty shit reload skill, I actually noticed. 25 for a normal unit, but I guess that's because they've got actual kind of rifling. Well, it's a 1737, so maybe not, but it's a more accurate rifle with high accuracy, long range, cheap units, should be good. So I'm building troops there, because we're gonna split this force, and we're gonna make, with the troops here and what I'm recruiting there, we're gonna make two armies, and we're gonna go to North America and we're gonna fight there. First, we need some extra cash, and that we're gonna do by actually taking the Strasbourg Alsace-Lorraine region and holding it. So we'll be getting the extra cash for that, and then we will be launching the armies with the navy to North America, and we'll be attacking. One army will be landing up here and taking out this area. The other one will be landing towards here and will try to invade and take New France, Quebec, and we're gonna try and take as much, if not all, of French holdings in America. We also might take out some of the natives in the area as well. Try not to mess with the British. I do not want to go against the British. They have their technology level and everything, and that really they're the most powerful empire, and they're so close to me. I don't think that would end up very well. So even that we're gonna take tons of territory of the French here, we're gonna try and avoid the British as much as possible. Not entirely sure what I'll do with the French in the south. We'll leave them for now. At some point, hopefully we'll take this island as well. But besides that, I'm also starting to build up my forces down in India. So I've built this army so far. of these sepoys that will be sending to actually take out Arcot. So the idea here is to land here. It should be far enough away from their allies, the Mysore. Oh, did I forget to leave Discord? Great. Launch the army here, go in, attack, take the fort. Now, these guys are heavy skill, and like there's some really tough fellows here, the tiger guards and stuff like that, so that will be nasty. However, I think I will neutralize that all with my howitzers. Just bombard inside the fort as much as possible. This will be the last stage. Hopefully we'll have gained quite a lot of territory in North America to get everything kicked off, so that I can so I have extra money to spend on my Indian army. Right now we'll actually run out of money next turn because of the units and stuff I'm getting. But hopefully that should rectify with the battle over here. Also should note that I've upgraded quite a bit. Kind of interesting here that the last stage of upgrading the main kind of town hall actually becomes the first stage in Napoleon Total War. So kind of interesting that he's added in that, or added the picture in there. I think actually even the building is, yeah, even the building is there. We also have the museum right here, very much happiness, stuff like that. We also have the what's it called? The Naval Academy is going to be built up as well, so hopefully that is going to go well. So we've got lots of good stuff going on. Right now we're going to attack this place with my big army. So we've got some units here, these three that took part in the revolution, and then the regular army here. Added on a horse guard, heavy cavalry, and a howitzer. Given that it's such a small battle, I feel that an auto-resolve is probably due. I've got 6,000 men against 1,600. They don't really stand a chance. I mean, they've got 2 guys to man that howitzer. There's nothing really for it, so we're gonna go ahead and auto-resolve. Lost 800 men. I could have, if I'd played it, I'd probably lose less, but expediency is what I need right now. So we took out that area, and we're gonna occupy it. And we're gonna start to... Oh, I need to I'll only be able to nationalize it next turn. Royal Palace. Definitely need to be upgrading the roads here. Also, very nice that we get this, because that will open up. Also, iron actually does add quite a lot. As we get iron now, we'll see that we get a traint. I think it is for... I can't remember which minister it is, but we'll get trained to reduce, I think, upkeep for navy and stuff like that. So that'll be good. Yeah, and now we can see the income has now risen from 600 or whatever, 800 per turn to now be 2,000, almost 3,000. Actually, it's much closer to 3,000 since it's only 4 coins away. So very good. Unhappy, but that will change. I'm pretty sure once the Royal Palace is fixed, that will be nicely done. It's going to cost me about 2,000 to replenish. I'm going to wait with that, just in case I need the money. This causes quite the upset within Paris, and we're going to add to that by burning down the Opera House, which they didn't care about that the Opera House burnt down, but they did care about losing that territory. So war weariness quite high, bankruptcy super high. So I think the French have ooh, look at that growth lost per turn, 425. I don't think I've ever seen any number that high. Now the French do have a lot of wealth in the region, that they can lose, but still 425, that's not something you gain back easily. So the we might see a French Revolution, which was another one of my goals, just to throw France into absolute turmoil. So we got the first stage of the plan done. Now it will take quite a few turns for me to go from this to taking this army back up north, splitting these two armies, setting them up on the navy, sending them with the navy, and then all the way to attack in the north. So we'll do quite a bit of jump there, but unless anyone else figures something out, in that case my enemies... Oh yes, before we go, there's one more thing to talk about, which was my dealings with the Ottomans. So the problem was the Ottomans were too rich, they had too many units, and the point here was causing a lot of trouble for me, so I decided to invade. We invaded at a lot of points. I think I showed you when I took Istanbul. Now that fell back into the Ottomans' hands, but it doesn't look like they've even repaired the town. It's still completely kind of burnt down, so the Ottomans lost tons of money doing that. But I also invaded Athens, gave that to the Venetians, so the Venetians hold that. So they're building up this portion, and that will be a strong point against the Ottomans. Most importantly, it reduces the Ottoman income, which was the main thing. So the Ottomans have now then lost one territory, then they also lost the Bosnian territory, which I gave over to the Austrians. So that's 2 territories that I caused them to lose. And then I also invaded Egypt and let them rebel. So now it's the Mamluks who are in charge of Egypt. So we've got a completely different nation spawning in here to take control of that. Now it looks as though I did in fact invade Jerusalem, burnt that down. We also invaded Syria, burnt that down. The Ottomans just recently took it back. I guess, I don't know, it was in control of the rebels for quite a long time. But I guess just last turn they were able to take it back. I was gonna do some joke about ISIS, maybe. Anyways, with that, let's hope that I'm ready to launch my armies against North America. Finally! After so many turns, my armies have actually reached North America. And another thing happened. The French actually had a revolution. Still didn't fix their money problems though. They'd probably do well to just remove tons of the armies in the New World. However, they might still be at war with Great Britain. Yes, I imagine they keep quite large armies in the Louisiana territories. Wait, I almost thought he was called Guillotine in his last name. That would have been very French revolutionary, wouldn't it? We had a slight revolution here, or a rebel attack, but I was able to subdue that. Didn't show it on camera though. Nothing much, just some rabble that we had to shoot down. Otherwise, not much happened, even though I did like 10 turns, because, I mean, movement range and so on. But yeah, we're ready to land, so I've already have a spy in the area, so it's checked it out. So, oh, that was last turn. Let's go ahead and check again. So, the army is really pitiful here. Complete utter shit, to be precise. They wouldn't stand a chance against this army, which is mostly made up of new troops. So we've got some units from the Glorious Revolution, the Waldeck and the Frisian Guard, but then we also have the Holland Guard has joined in these, plus 3 Jaeger units, Dragoons, new howitzers. The only real old units are the Lillewaloon and Dutch infantry, and then a new general as well. We'll go ahead and attack and take that, and that should do just fine. then rather than... I wasn't sure, actually. There's a lot of... I kinda don't want to do tons of sieges. So I want to see if I can... The thing was, I was first going to land my troops here and take this, but then I noticed a silver mine, and that will keep inflation going up, and I don't want that. So instead I'm going to try and hopefully get the French to come out and meet me. We should actually see 95% chance. Oh, the army is shit here as well. That could be just an easy out. What is today's battle gonna be? Ah, I should have bloody well done the... shown the rebel battle. The only one who can muster troops in this blasted world seems to be... wait, are they... have they landed? No, they have not. Also, their general died on the way over here, so we need a new general. Frederick von Overscheit. Very good, Frederick. And you'll march to take this. I mean, there's nothing here really that can stand against us. I mean, 2 soldiers in each of these. What is going on? I need a battle for today. This turns out rather dull. Huh. No battle? That's unheard of. How am I gonna I guess... Huh. I can't make the video much longer. But there's literally no one to fight. All the French units are destroyed. God. I guess we'll have to... I mean, since Quebec is the new, or the center of all of it in New France, I guess we play that battle. We can out-resolve the one up here and then play this one, even though it's, I mean, pitiful amount of units, because it'll take so long otherwise to get to a battle that I don't think we'll... I mean, I'd have to work so many... have to play so long to actually get anywhere. That's very unfortunate. Maybe I shouldn't have punished the French so much. The economy has really hit them. There's almost no unit above 100. There's 2 cavalry units above 100. That's very pitiful. Well, I guess then, since I will be able to run through the French pretty quickly, that should allow me to get quite a bit of cash, and we would see a much interesting field of battle when we go against the Indian subcontinent, where I intend for as much as possible to use like indigenous troops, although they're not as good as the regular troops. Although I guess I'll have to use some regular troops in these armies just to back it up, given that these sepoys aren't that great. The accuracy is 30, although the guards of these were 35, so I guess no one's good at shooting down in this area. With that, let's end turn once more, and then we're ready to attack. Very poor planning on my part here. I didn't know the French was going to have so little troops. That means they probably have the same here, if any, left. This force seems to have dwindled quite a bit as well. But that happens, of course, when you have... I mean, they can't go beyond 15 minus points for bankruptcy. And with the sort of money they're hemorrhaging... you know what? I should just take over France at this point. There's, like, the state is being completely corrupted. I really didn't want to hold France, because it would be so weird. I mean, it would be so weird if the tiny little Dutch state would somehow control the entirety of France. That's kind of weird, isn't it? But that's how it is. They're just so shit at keeping their money that, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and end turn and fight these poor people. Ha! Interesting side note here. The Pope wants socket bayonets. No, is it? No, the Pope is gonna give me socket bayonets. What? How do you know about socket bayonets, Pope? And he wants separation of power. Wait a minute, what's going on? The Pope is giving me war technology while he wants the separation of powers? The Pope? The Pope? I guess he wants to know about it. I don't think he's gonna implement it. Or maybe there will be a secular government in the Papal States. Rather odd, but there you go. Sure, you know what? I probably need bayonets. Good bayonets to stab my enemies. Bad timing here. I attacked and then it turned to winter. Will I suffer attrition in foreign lands? Very bad. Successful mission. Good. Path blocked. For a second there I was a little bit worried because during the end turn all the flags actually turned solid as though they had been able to replenish their troops. But clearly that's not the case. Trade monopoly, treasury 3000 or control points. Control points are definitely needed because there's been a lot of problem with stability and that causes quite a bit of unrest. Stability is such an important factor that it's, you know, you definitely need to keep an eye on your administration points. At this point I only have 123. I'm pretty close to the army limit, almost. At almost 60 units out of 91. Interesting. We'll start with this fight up here. Wait, this place... This place doesn't have a castle. This will be the one that we play then. And this will be the one that we out-resolve. Now this one's slightly more favorable to the enemy, but I'm pretty sure that I will be victorious, although I imagine we'll lose quite a bit of men. I was victorious, 800 men lost on my side, more or less everyone on the enemy. Swiss infantry, I mean this doesn't really matter or anything because it's all out-resolve points sent all over the place. But there we go. We're gonna occupy it. Very nice. New France is under my control. We'll go ahead and repair all the buildings to make sure that I can keep this region under my control. And we gained some fur. Most of these armies are all broken down. I mean, the economical situation, the economics for the French is just gonna keep going worse and worse for each and every second here. Meeting hall. What is that? Canada Inuit. I guess that's... They hold everything there. Huh, interesting. Would there be a road going? There's no road that connects these. We might fight you, we might not. Right, now for the battle we're actually gonna fight. The enemy is heavily outnumbered. There's about 4 times as many troops as I have, but I want to see the Jaegers in action. You guys probably want to see the devastating explosion of the howitzers. And take a look at the Holland Guard. I think for next episodes we'll go against the Spanish, which probably still have quite a bit of forces. Or, as I said, the Indian subcontinent. But at the same time, we need to think about ending this campaign, given that I don't really I don't know what goals I have set for this. I think said taking stuff in America, but I guess it's up in the air right now what we're going to do. Anyways, enough talking. Let's go ahead and attack. The King's army has arrived in North America, and it's time to take on the French. Impoverished as their army is, they can barely field any troops. My howitzers alone will blow them away, but I want to use my newly recruited Jaegers. Oh, do we spawn bayonets on everyone now with the socket bayonet? I think so. Now everyone carries bayonets. I think they'd carried bayonets before, but now we'll see all carry bayonets. The Frisian guards, but here we've got the Holland guards. They weren't as fancy as they looked like they had a lot more gold on the picture. But looks nice. Looks nice indeed. So we've got 2 guards in the back. Troops readied. We've created bombs here. Probably blow up more on my own if we stay in that position. Let's start the battle. And let's see. I kind of want them to march onto the bombs. But at the same time, they probably won't. I'll order the light infantry forward. Put infantry to the side. We put 2 infantry units behind to guard the light infantry. This Lille Wallon infantry will be sent on to the right, and I'll start by bombarding the camp. Should tell these to hold fire as well. Right, we've got General's bodyguard trying to flank. I don't know what they're trying to do. French general moving in like that. Oh, we've got the only really big regiment coming in, and the rifles are about to open fire upon them. With the long range, they're able to achieve quite a bit of shot. Quite a bit of kills there, even at long range. We started bombarding their huts. The French really are quite poor, as they're living in these almost mud huts. I will hold these units or run them into position quickly, as we've got cavalry now moving in on my flanks. Didn't I bring cavalry on this with this army? Yes. Where? Oh, they're all completely forgot them all the way up there. Rush them down. Once this one opens up, imagine the dragoons quickly be destroyed. Guess the forest covered a lot of that. What's going on here? Oh, a cavalry unit or something was able to attack my artillery. With the tiniest of force. Oh, yes, it was. Oh, and my troops here just rode through them. They didn't even stop to to fight them. They just rode through. Not a single... Wow. If France was my enemy, it would kind of be sad, wouldn't it? The rifles inflicting quite a bit of damage on the enemy. But maybe not as much as I would have thought. I'm gonna pull the rifles back now. Spikes gonna be important. They can deploy spikes. Is the enemy gonna return fire? Yes, they return a little bit of fire. And as the rifles now move to the rear, the proper line regiments open fire. I'm gonna tell the howitzers now to target the enemy. And we'll blow these sky high. That together with the line infantry shooting these guys to pieces, we'll see the howitzer shots come flying in. Here they come.
comes the volley. Where are they going to shoot? Over here. Absolute destruction. Oh, the revolutionary flag. Look at that. The French army is in full retreat. This area of Canada is now under my control. Why am I bombarding these troops? I should be bombarding the units there. General makes a brave attack towards the line infantry. Realizes, of course, that he's not going to be able to get through. Gets gunned down. Hold your fire. I want the rifles. Oh, we won the battle already. We still have one unit over there. That's the one I was... Oh, they're just out of range, are they? I'll bombard... kinda where they are. Oh, now they're moving into range. Explosive shot. Landing above, landing in among them. And they realize it's over. Plus the rifles now opening up. Or the Jaegers, I should call them. They probably don't have rifles, but... maybe they do, actually, because we did... well, it's just... I guess really long muskets. And with very tight barrels. Anyways, there we have it. Quick victory. I imagine we're gonna get similar result throughout North America. But then we'll go against the Spanish and the Indians, and we'll actually have a bit of a fight. Here's the result of the battle. We only lost 72 men, while the enemy, of course, lost everything. And so the territory falls to us. Very nice. And 2 territories in New France has fallen to the Dutch. And our money, the money flows in quite well. The thing is, I might actually let them revolt here just so we get to fight a proper army. So I won't exempt them from tax in this region. With this, I gain 6,000 per turn, which should be plenty enough for me to go ahead and recruit quite the large army consisting of sepoys and trade company units. And that should be rather interesting, fighting against the Indians. But with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.